Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm very excited to show you my build for the Houseflipper community contest. I uploaded it to mod.io yesterday and I will put the link in the description of this video so that you can all go and have a look at the screenshots, and if you are on mod.io, you can download my model if you want and play with it and do whatever. And give me some feedback there as well. I would appreciate it. So we started off with an island that we were given. And the rules of the competition that was that we had to keep what we had been given of the house. So we had to keep the walls and the stairs, and I think they call the part under the stairs, the little room under the stairs, the vault. So let me put a picture up of what the island looked like and you can have a look at it. Now I also did a couple of recordings in the process of my actual how can I put it? I did a couple of recordings, but I didn't continue with the recordings. I only did 2. But from the image you have there, this is where we would end up. So I looked at what we had, which is literally 3 windows on the top floor plus that one on the side, and I started building, trying to work out exactly what I wanted to do. Now, as you can see, a lot of the walls, especially here, are double walls. So if you see, I'm trying to build out to see what we can actually do with the double walls. I had an image in my mind, and while we're watching this, if you'd like, I can actually tell you what I wrote. Now, this competition says that it is based on Robinson Crusoe. Now, most everybody knows Robinson Crusoe. He was marooned on a desert island for many years, and he eventually had many adventures. He had a friend called Friday, and at the end of it, he did end up going back to England. In his absence from England, he made a huge amount of money. He also made money from selling a farm that he owned in South America. Obviously, this is fiction. It's based in, I think, the 1700s. And this is what I wrote. It says, Robinson Crusoe doesn't need much introduction. His life is an open book to many people. But what happened to him after he went back to England, married, and had 3 children? He never forgot his island. This is the island we're here right now. Once his children were grown, he left to continue his travels. He had made a lot of money in his lifetime, and his wife was happy in England, and she sent him back out with her blessings. He took 2 of his ships. Obviously, he was a rich man now, so he had more than 1 ship. He took 2 of his ships and once again found his island and decided to repurpose one of his ships into his dream home. He kept the original part of his house and added it onto he kept the original part of his house and added onto it with his travels at sea in mind. The archways, which we will be trying to recreate shortly, and you'll see that on the exterior of the house, these huge white archways reminded him of the sails of his ship catching the wind. The oak beams of his ship were used for flooring and structure, and the colors of all the oceans that he traveled were introduced to the walls of his new home. He brought the furniture that meant the most to him and added new and sleek pieces that appealed to his sense of style. The treasures that he'd found in all the lands that he explored now had a home as well. Some of the maps that were so dear to his heart were displayed as art, while the others were kept tightly rolled to hide them from prying eyes. Although he trusted most of the friends that often came to visit, there were a few treasure maps that he wanted to look at more closely himself. His books are everywhere because reading with the sounds of the sea in the background is one of the most pleasurable experiences he ever had. His ship's lanterns will light your way in the darkest night. Robinson Crusoe welcomes you to his new home. Please stop by for a snack, a drink, and a story. So that's basically what I have got so far. As you can see, I'm recreating this window on this side over here because I want to keep the archways, because there are some beautiful archways in these walls, and I carry those archways through to other rooms in the house, including the lounge, the study, and the bedroom. The exterior archways, as I say, are kept white because they are like huge sails in the wind. Now, I'm not going to run through all of the things that I've done here. I will give you brief explanations of what we've got and where we're going, because as I say, I had an image in my mind and I tried really hard to try and figure it out. We have beams, we have planks of wood, but there's a lot of stuff, even in Sandbox, that I didn't want to use because they weren't quite what I visualized. So I did a couple of things. Let's have a look and we can take it from there. You'll see I have discovered these archways. I haven't discovered the actual archway yet in the build menu, but I discovered that I can duplicate it, not with that little thing, but with the Q. If I take this away, you can actually duplicate it with Q. I haven't figured that out yet. There it is. If you buy it, you can actually use it. It's sometimes a little bit tricky, but it has its moments. And we have a recreation. Okay, so I filled in a little bit of the property. As you can see, it has a roof now on the ground floor, and I'm extending out and I want the same height because I intend to put a slanted roof on the property in that beautiful orange tile. It just reminds you of the islands. And of course we will keep the beams. As you can see the double wall there, I'm going to recreate that double wall. I've got the 2 windows that I've built, and now we just need to figure out where we're going to actually put the stuff. So I thought the easiest way to do it is to figure out the size of the room, because we know the size of the blocks, but you know how complicated that is. So I thought for the bathroom we'll take a shower and we will place it in where I want the bathroom to go, and that will be a good start. And as you can see, the base is pink, which is terrible. I think we'll not go for a pink base. And of course you can change the shower head. As the bathroom is at the end here, we can get an idea of how big we need to make the bathroom. The other way is also to find yourself a bed and plonk it down, and you get an idea of how big your bedroom is. Now I looked at various of the beds and I just thought, okay, choose one that appeals to you and then put it down. You can always go back and change it later. Because, as I said, Robinson Crusoe took some of his furniture with him, but then went out and bought furniture that appealed to him and suits his sense of style. So some of the beds are really cool, but I think when you've been living on a ship, it's nice to have a soft headboard. Suede is lovely. Now we have a bed and a shower that is bigger than the bed. And seeing as the shower is bigger than the bed, we might as well build the bathroom around the shower. If you want to center the door, you've got to know where how long your wall is. My thought for the bathroom was walk in, wash basin in front of you, shower to the left, toilet to the right. And I can never, ever find the archway. Actually, in the one I didn't click on, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now this is where I start doing weird stuff with archways that I wanted to look like sails. I do redo it because I found the archways were too small. We modify it. You can see I've put a half a roof up there already. And we also extend it sideways, so there's a lovely terrace outside for people to sit on and relax and have a barbecue or a braai or whatever you'd like to call it. So that's basically the start of the house. This is where I start trying to put archways in. I'm not sure if I want to connect them together like that. I want to put a piece in between them. But we'll get back to the archways. You can see I've now sort of put a structure behind them to try and figure out if that's a better way of doing it. Again, it does change. Okay, so let's go do the walkthrough of the house. A lot of the files that, well, the other recording is pretty much the same as that, but you can see my original idea, and let's go take a walk through for our final idea, shall we? Right, welcome to the island. As you can see, we have light sources here to lead you in when you dock over there. I've kept this as a tribute to his original island. We have a few more palm trees around. And these are the sails of his ship. This is what makes him feel as if he's still at sea. And you'll see the oak that's been recovered from his ship. And of course his ship's lanterns. So if you get here on a really dark night, you can pick up one of the lanterns and come on in. Let's go take a walk, shall we? This is our front door. You'll see on a ship you often have lights on the side of the ship to warn people. We have the lights in the house to welcome people. Now he will maybe sit here, look out, wait for his visitors, or just relax in the sun. But we have set up a table with snacks for you if you'd like to join us. This is the other entrance to the door, and you'll see the ship's wheel, also recovered from his ship. So we have a barbecue braai area here, just waiting. We've got the plates ready. A couple of snacks, some cheese, some wine or grape juice. some grapes, some biscuits, some snacks to welcome you to the house. Now, if you'd like to join me, come on in. As you can see, the windows have been copied through from the original walls and they follow through here. Obviously, our friend is an avid reader, so you'll see books and all kinds of things all over the place. He also loves his plants and has allowed some of them to get a little out of control, like this one here. But it definitely gives you some color in the corners. One of his original maps that he had. And of course you'll find a lot of treasure, a lot of jars and boxes and goodies from all his travels. There is our lounge area, a rose from a friend, some boxes, of course books. His TV, because obviously he wants to keep in touch with stuff, and the beams from his ship, as well as the flooring from his ship. Now we go into the dining area, which is part of the original building. We have a whole bunch of shelves here with a lot of things from his travels. Things that he wants to display and doesn't want to hide away. An oil painting from a friend. If you come into his kitchen, you'll see that he has a lot of trays and plates just waiting for people to come and visit. He keeps supplies on hand. His olive oil, mugs, some sugar, and a scale, obviously, for baking good stuff. And of course we have to have our our chopping board and our knife. We have our cooking things, knives and forks. We have some, do we not have anything in there? That's terrible. Why didn't I put anything in there? And of course his oven gloves, so he doesn't burn himself. This area, which was originally the vault, now houses his sink. You can see he's just had some breakfast. He has a couple of things stored in the cupboards here. In his fridge, he's got some juice and of course a cake because, he knew you were coming. And of course all his veggies. Come on, close the door. It doesn't want to close. Come on, close. Oh, the clock's in the way. There we go. Close. No? Thank you. Now close. Why are you not closing? What is blocking you from closing? Can't be any of the fruit or veggies. Now we have a pizza in here in the freezer. I will fix his fridge shortly, and of course some ice creams for dessert or if you're just really hot from your travels. Then we have of course his junk drawer. We also have his bits and bobs drawer. And the dining area, and the table's been set because he was expecting you. We have a couple of snacks over there if you can't wait for the main meal, which he still has to cook. And as you can see from the color of the walls, the color of the seas that he's traveled, these are the richer, more turquoise waters. And upstairs, another map. And then the slightly stormier seas that he traveled. You'll see a lot of his goodies here. Comfortable leather stuff, as well as a more modern, slightly more interesting things. He has pictures, maps that he still has to study a little bit. His ship's lantern, and a couple of photos, personal mementos, picture of his wife. And he can sit at his desk and he can look out to the sea while he's doing his writing or his reading. And if he sits and looking out here, you can see the beautiful, beautiful sea with his ship sails taking him to places. Now here we have his bedroom, again with that beautiful view. You want to play some chess, just take a seat, put your feet up, read a book, or lie down on the bed. You'll recognize the original bed we used. Now these lights were constructed from other parts of his ship, different woods, as you can see, that when you're lying in bed gives you that beautiful design on the ceiling. Then of course his slippers are on the floor. You will see a couple of things on the walls from his travels. Of course his maps. Some more pictures of places he's been. And then of course his bathroom. Now these glass bricks are actually walls. They are not windows. But they bring in so much light from the outside that they're actually quite beautiful. And we've used them in the bathroom as well. If you look in the bathroom, you will see behind here is the ship's wheel. Here is his bathroom setup. You will recognize the shower from when we first started building the bathroom. You can look outside and see if anyone's hovering on the patio. And then on this side we have his bath, toilet, and a little counter to put his scrubby stuff on. Close the doors up behind us, and you'll notice the wood that is carved for the lampshades from the wood that's been reclaimed from his ship. He's a very good craftsman. He learned a lot in his years on the island the first time. Now he's put it to good use. You'll see a couple of carved boxes and of course the plant pots as well. We go back down, we have a door to the outside. This just takes us around to the other patio here, which really isn't used for relaxing, but if you cast your eye over the garden, you'll find a couple of odds and ends that have ended up being hidden or buried around the property, and you'll see the structural beams from his ship still in the back here. Couple more treasures. Nice shady little nook. And we're back at the entertainment area in his ship's wheel. So guys, let me know what you think. If you're interested, as I say, I will drop the link to this in mod.io, and you can download this, have a play, redo it, overdo it, underdo it, mess it up and clean it up. I don't mind. I'm just happy to share it with you. You can see the structure here. And the structure here as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I really need that computer. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. And I hope you have a lovely day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.